Hello and welcome to the final episode of Season 2 of Jake's Platonic Fireside Chat. It's me, Jake. Look guys, I'm going to level with you. This show is the channel's least viewed video series by far, and that means sadly, it must come to an end. So this is the last ever episode of Jake's Platonic Fireside Chat. But that's okay. You know who else wasn't popular at first? Jesus wasn't. So I've spent a remainder of this show's budget on getting my favourite YouTuber to be a special guest on this episode, and this packet of crisps. So be sure to stick around because this is going to be one heck of a finale. Women. They bring us into this world, and in this case, they're going to take us out. That's right, last week we looked at the best video game dads, and this time we're going to be focused on our favourite female characters in video games. For whatever reason, it's mostly inflicting pain. So for the last time ever guys, come on, let's go on a journey. Resident Evil is a 1996 survival horror game by Capcom for the PlayStation, and probably best known for the introduction of mansions filled with zombies in the video game world. In the first game, the plot follows either Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine, depending on who the player picks, and for this list, there's no prizes for guessing who we're going to be talking about. She's intelligent, resilient, can play the piano, not a sandwich. She's known for her bomb disarmament skills and her lockpicking skills, giving her the title the Master of Unlocking. It's very subtle stuff. Of course, it's Jill Valentine. She's consistently led efforts to thwart Umbrella Corp and close them down once and for all after their biological attacks left thousands infected in Raccoon City. She also looks good in a beret, so I know what you're thinking. Where's Mike? Well, we could only afford to fly out two of the pretty good team for this episode. It costs money, okay? It costs money. And Mike wastes that budget every single time. We can fly him out, he gets here, oh, can I have some coffee? And then he just talks about Knights of the Old Republic, or sometimes The Simpsons hit and run. Go back, look at every episode. Oh, is it Knights of the Old Republic, Mike? Yeah, it's always Knights of the Old Republic. And frankly, I'm sick of it. So this time I'm going first, not Mike. Mike's not even in this video. I'm just kidding guys, Mike's on a holiday in Greece, so he couldn't make it for the last ever episode of Jake's Platonic Fireside Chat. But he did send me a message saying he's really sorry, and instead I'd like to take a quick moment just to have a little look at a picture and remind ourselves of the great man that contributed a lot to our show. 'Cause I want girl to call, yeah, my own. I want a dream lover so I don't have to dream alone. What a man. BioShock Infinite is a first-person shooter game for the PC, Xbox 360 and PS3. It's not the underwater one, it's the one in the sky. The player controls Booker DeWitt, and it's not him that we're interested in, at least this week. That's right, Liam's pick is Elizabeth, or at least an Elizabeth. So why don't we let Liam tell you exactly why Elizabeth from BioShock is his most memorable female character?
Yeah, so Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite. Strong female character. She can literally manipulate the universe and the matter of reality and whatnot. And kind of a bit of a femme fatale, although it's a bit cheating, in the BioShock DLC, where she literally was a film noir femme fatale. But yeah, she's just a really good character. Well voice acted, well written. Just my favourite, to be honest.
Thanks, Liam. I agree. Horizon Zero Dawn is an action role-playing video game developed by Guerrilla Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment just last year on the PS4. The plot revolves around Aloy, a hunter living in a world overrun by robot dinosaurs. She's pretty dope. Aloy became a PlayStation icon almost overnight alongside the likes of Crash Bandicoot, Nathan Drake and Fat Man from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Alright, so Jake, I'm budgeted for 10 seconds, so what do you want me to do?
Okay, so I basically picked your choice for you. It's Aloy. Can you remember Horizon Zero Dawn from last year? Yeah, she's the character from that.
Yeah.
And just talk about why you liked her.
And that's 10 seconds. Sorry, Jake, that's what you got me for.
Thanks, guys. That's all we have time for. I'd like to thank all the special guests that cameoed on my show before. We had Clean Prince Gaming, and we had my own dad, Thick Boy, from Layman Gaming just last week. Forget about those losers. Who better to finish the show than my good friend, king of the waifu list, a guy that knows a lot about women, okay? It's Indeimaus.
Hey Jake, it's me, Indeimaus. Huge fan of the show, first of all. It's just an honour to be here. Thank you for having me on. What's this show called again? I think shows like this really add prestige to the channel, and I don't understand why no one watches them. Maybe you need some foliage-based list videos, or maybe some stones if you're into the harder stuff. They've worked pretty well for me in the past, but if you go down that route, you'd be prepared to be called an Indeimaus clone, which is the lowest low on YouTube. Anyway, for my contribution to this video, I'll talk about a couple of lady characters from video games. I'd like to give a shout out to Lady Maria from Bloodborne. In a game that is just full of the most horrific, disgusting creatures, some of the biggest lightning-fused werewolf bosses, somehow this lady is the most badass boss in the game. And I don't remember it that well, but I'm pretty sure she is the #1 on my Bloodborne boss video. She is the best boss fight in the game. She is just this lady, human hunter, and that's all it takes. She's the fucking beast. Also, I don't want to spoil anything for my next video, but a shout out to the ladies of League of Legends. I know that game gets a lot of flack for its community, but you got to give it to Riot. They've made some fantastic female characters over there. Those ladies, most of my favorite characters in that game, apart from Gangplank, the pirate, are ladies. So shout out to Riot, and also a big shout out to Final Fantasy 7 and 8 mainly. You got Yuffie, you got Tifa, you got Quistis, you got Renoa, you got Selphie. Fantastic female characters I grew up with playing Final Fantasy. Bunch of waifus. Gosh darn. And honestly, I could sit here for 30 minutes talking about all these separate characters in detail, but this is not my video, this is Jake's video, so I don't want to take over it completely. But, thank you for having me on. Cheers from your good friend Indeimaus. And I've sent my PayPal through email, so you can pay me that $1,000 now for giving you this dialogue. Easiest $1,000 I've ever made, to be honest.
Yeah, I am listening. I'm just saying she's sick. She doesn't really need the bed. Yeah, well, he's done it now anyway, so I can't go back on it. Thanks, Indeimaus. So that's it. Jake's Platonic Fireside chat is over. It's time to put the fire out. If you're one of the 2.82% of our 300,000 plus subscriber base that watch this video, cheers very much. And just out of character now, thank you everybody for commenting and being dead supportive of the show, tweeting me about it, and being on the Twitch chat spamming when's the next show come in. I know it's very niche and weird and didn't fit the rest of the channel, but just to have the opportunity